same word of prayer for each man. Why didn't they all receive $100 a week? Because the law says that we can have only what we can take. The practitioner's word was used for each in like manner, but each could only receive his fill, only based on his mental capacity to comprehend. Each one could have more, but how are they to get it? Well, a pint dipper, where he talks of a pint dipper, so just imagine like I got a cup in my hand. Will a pint dipper ever hold more than a pint? One might build up the edges so that the dipper somewhat could hold more, so that one can continually increase his consciousness. Each man, A, B, C, and D, was full and no doubt excited and running over when he received the new job as a result of the treatment. But the positions they received, the molds which their perceptions of life had provided, were limited to the subconscious remembrance already set in motion by their own mind. Each attracted to themselves, out of the universal good, only that which he could comprehend. This does not mean that each of the above stated men will always have to receive the same compensation. There's the really good news. Does not mean we'll have to receive the same. For with an enlarged consciousness, each might receive more. The same prayer answers the big and the little. A person does not suddenly become affluent because they sit around and think, I'm a multimillionaire. But when we think affluently, we do begin to demonstrate prosperity. That story is so rich, because here's this 4 guys supposedly coming to the practitioner doing the same prayer. Why did that one get that and that one get that? The answer that he gave it is according to our consciousness. And who has to do the changing of the consciousness? We do. So imagine the pint dipper, imagine building up the edges. Okay, that gives you a visual, but that's still kind of limiting, right? What I say is chuck the pint dipper and go get a great big trash basket.
Yeah.
That's bigger. Okay, then when you can finally handle that consciousness, get rid of the trash basket and go get a great big dumpster. You know, you get the idea. We got to throw out the little thinking and bring in the bigger thinking. We don't have to always stay in the little thinking. But we're not going to get anything better until we let our minds receive it. We must do the taking. We must do the receiving. It also means we've got to catch ourselves when we're thinking small. So many of us are used to thinking that whatever our current income stream is, so if you're still working, it's our jobs. If you're on Social Security, if you get a disability check, if you have a retirement account, we think of that, bless you, as our main source of income. That certainly isn't the only way our good can come to us. But we get stuck thinking that. We all do. I think we need to be honest about that so that we can say, yeah, sometimes I get stuck thinking that, and I don't want to do that, so let me open my mind. I hear myself saying sometimes, oh, well, we're not going to be able to do that. What? What? You know, it's almost like I slap my own face. What? I don't hurt myself, but okay, so what was I thinking? With my current bank account and my current job, I can't do that yet, but I can increase my consciousness. I can increase my consciousness. We all can. Do you really know the power of your word to create your best life? Do you know? And some of you might say, yeah, I know. And the next question is, but do you apply it? Do you know it? Good first start. Can I apply it? It's a necessity. We must apply it. We must catch ourselves with those limiting thoughts. I want freedom. I already said prosperity for me means freedom. So immediately when I see that I'm doing small thinking, it's like, oh, freedom is my truth. Freedom. I don't have to pray for a certain amount of dollars when I sit down quietly and I know that sense of freedom again. I begin to feel it within me. Because until we realize, until we know that our word, meaning our thought, our belief, has power, it's going to change. We have to know that we have the power within us. The universe is for us, not against us. There's no God out there saying, you can't have it because you want to go to that girl. We don't believe in that. We believe that when we can consciously open up, we will see it. So ask yourself, what possibility might I be denying in my life? Because I don't think it's possible. Everybody should have something. What possibility am I denying because I think, oh, that will never happen? Can everyone see something? And ask yourself if you want to keep it that way. Do I want to keep denying this possibility? So what am I going to do instead? Well, you just noticed that you had something you were denying. Step one, acknowledge. Yeah, I noticed I was denying myself some possibility because too good to be true, right? No, not too good to be true. So what do I want to know instead? I want to know that I'm possible. Not impossible, I'm possible. The God in me can bring me what I can take, what I can receive. I found this quote from Muhammad Ali. He says, impossible is just a word thrown around by small-minded people who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Let's explore the power that we have to change it. Ernest Holmes says in all capital letters, no person whose entire time is spent in the contemplation of limitation can demonstrate freedom from that limitation. Now he says entire time. I'm going to even just say no person who spends a lot of time in contemplation of limitation can demonstrate freedom from that limitation. We can't. Where are we putting our focus is what we're going to get more of. It's that simple. If I put my focus on what I don't want, I'm going to keep getting more of that. If I keep my focus on littleness and smallness and oh, that'll never happen, and that's impossible, yada yada, that's what I'm going to get more of. We wake up, we change our mind, we focus on our consciousness, we change our seat. Yay to those of you who changed your seat today. I see it. So I often ask you to change your seats because that's just one way to practice changing our mind. Sit somewhere else, so simple. Coming back to prosperity, opening up our mind to what is possible. And not sitting around thinking about how this can never be done. Don't be an Eeyore. Y'all know Eeyore from Pooh? He's always, okay. We don't want to be an Eeyore. Maybe let's be a Tigger. Excited, bouncing, and ready for life. So, how much time, you have to ask yourself these questions. How much time am I spending contemplating limitation? How much time do I find my mind going to negativity, complaining, lack? How much time? And just start to notice. You might be a little shocked, so don't judge yourself. Just notice. Wow, I'm complaining again. Wow, I'm worrying again. Wow, I'm thinking lack again. Just notice. The minute you notice, change your mind. The universe is not against me. God has already given it all, and it's for me to just simply take. The thing is, I can teach you prosperity principles. Mary can get up here and read you again what she read from Eric Butterworth, who's a great example. I can give you all kinds of book lists, because there's a lot of people who are beautiful writers about prosperity. And we can give you all that. It's a really, really, really good thing to do. But us individually, we all must be willing to do our own work. We all must be willing to clean out our consciousness. We all must be willing to commit to doing something different, or else nothing will change. So you come here and you hear it from me, or you pick up a great book and you read it. Mary and I were talking this morning, oh my gosh, I'm reading a book that I've read before, and I go, why didn't I get that the first time? It's the way it is. It's a journey. We keep doing it, but we have to be willing to practice it. And one of the practices is giving and receiving. Keeping the flow going. Giving and receiving. You've got to do both. So take in so that you may give out. Give out so that you may take in. Either side of the flow blocking, doesn't matter which side. If it's blocked, it's blocked. So we give and receive with a grateful heart and open arms, as we say every Sunday. It is such a strong practice. They mention it in the Bible. They mentioned it in all kinds of Jewish culture. Every church teaches it. We teach it here. I don't call it tithing. I call it conscious giving. Conscious receiving.